Hello and welcome to Classmate Spell Bee Season 12, the biggest English spelling competition in India. Presented by Classmate, co-powered by Nickelodeon Sonic and the Times of India. This is an initiative by Radio Mirchi. I'm your host, Sohali Khan, and I'm on a mission to find the country's most stellar speller. We have Pradyumna S from AECS Magnolia Maaruthi School in Bangalore. Bhadra Panikar from Delhi Public School, Indrapuram in Ghaziabad. Tanya Rajendra Malsekar from Our Lady of Remedy School in Mumbai. The winner today shall be the bearer of Classmate Spell Bee's big, bright and shiny trophy. He or she will also win prize money worth 50,000 rupees after winning round 3. And the national champion will receive 2 lakh rupees along with a chance to attend the prestigious Scripps National Spelling Bee 2020 with a parent in Washington, D.C., along with an opportunity to visit the iconic White House. We're all set to begin round 2. The rules of round 2 are simple. Each contender will be asked to spell 4 words. If you spell them correctly, you'll be awarded 10 points each. The 2 highest scorers at the end of the round will go through to round 3, which means we'll have to say goodbye to one of you. In the case of a tie, the same sequence as round 1 will be used to decide who gets eliminated. Any questions? So let's start round 2. So we're all ready to start round 2, and we'll begin with Pradyumna S. Please have a seat at the podium. The round is more difficult than round 1. The words, of course, get more difficult. And each word is worth 10 massive points. Okay, we'll begin round 2 with you. All the very best. Your first word to spell for 10 points is vinyl or vinyl.
Definition:
Synthetic plastic used as the standard material for music records.
Usage in a sentence:
Ritu is a proud owner of more than 4,000 vinyl records that she regularly plays on her dad's gramophone.
I would like to spell it as VINYL.
Very well done. Now we move to your second word in round 2, also worth 10 points. That word is SATORI.
Definition:
Sudden enlightenment.
Language of origin:
Japanese.
Usage in a sentence:
He finally cracked the code after months and his eyes lit up as if he had experienced SATORI.
I would like to spell it as SATORI.
That is correct. Well done. Your third word, again worth 10 points, is OLTI.
Definition:
Specifically, equality as established by a sum of money.
Language of origin:
Latin via French.
Usage in a sentence:
The patriarch created an OLTI in his will that ensured his sons wouldn't be at each other's throats.
Part of speech:
A noun.
OELTY.
I'm afraid that's incorrect. The accurate spelling is OWELTY, which means we do not give you points for that, but no matter. You're still in a strong position and you have 1 word remaining in round 2. Your word to spell is CAMARILLA.
Definition:
A small group of people, especially a group of advisors to a ruler or politician with a shared purpose.
Language of origin:
Spanish.
Usage in a sentence:
The most flamboyant kings often are nothing but meek mice in the presence of a camarilla that directs them.
CAMERILLA.
I'm afraid it's incorrect. Off by just 1 letter. The accurate spelling is CAMARILLA, which means we cannot give you points for that. But at the end of round 1, Pradyumna, you're still in a solid position with a total of 40 points. Well played. So round 2 is officially out and about. Our spell masters are at the top of their game. Soon, one of the spell wizards will be in the winner's fame. Well, I do try to be poetic sometimes, but jokes apart, did you know that there are some words in the English language that do not perfectly rhyme with any other word? For example, orange, purple, silver, and the list goes on. You're trying to rhyme these words, aren't you? Well, keep at it while we head for a short break. Before going on a break, I listed a few words that cannot be rhymed. But just because these words have no perfect rhyme doesn't mean they can't be rhymed. Using slant rhyme, we can always rhyme these words. For example, purple can be rhymed with circle. The word silver can be rhymed with filler. Getting back to the game now, it's time for Bhadra Panikar from Ghaziabad to play round 2. Hi, Bhadra.
Hi.
You did quite well in round 1. Your total is now at 20 points. Who's here with you today?
My mother.
Your mother's here. Hi, how are you? Is anything that you'd like to say to Bhadra before we start?
All the very best. Have confidence and do well.
Always good words. All the very best to you, Bhadra. We'll begin round 2. Your first word is worth 10 points, and that is curd.
Can I have the definition of the word?
Yes. A member of a mainly Islamic people living in parts of Turkey, Iraq, Iran, Syria.
The language of origin.
Kurdish.
The usage in a sentence.
As a proud Kurd, he believes that the day will come when they will have their own nation and flag.
All right. I would like to spell it as K-U-R-D.
That is correct. Well done. We move to your second word. That word is caducity.
Language of origin.
Latin via French.
What does it mean?
The infirmity of old age or senility.
And the usage in a sentence.
During the worst phases of his caducity, the sight of his German shepherd drew a nod of clarity from him.
C-A-D-E-U-C-I-T-Y.
I'm afraid that's incorrect. The accurate spelling is C-A-D-U-C-I-T-Y. No matter, 2 words still remain. Your word to spell is samovar.
Can I have the language of origin?
Russian.
The meaning?
A highly decorated tea urn used in Russia.
The usage in a sentence.
Out of desperation for money, Vinay sold his grandfather's copper samovar for a measly 5,000 bucks.
I would like to spell it as S-A-M-O-V-A-R. Samovar.
That is correct. Well done. Your word to spell, to take the lead, is fanfaronade or fanfaronade.
Origin?
French.
French origin. What does it mean?
Arrogant or boastful talk.
I like to use my Classmate Connect option.
Bhadra would like to use her Classmate Connect option. The panel has 30 seconds to confer and spell out fanfaronade.
We would like to go with F-A-N-F-A-R-O-N-A-D.
Sure.
You're going with that?
Yes.
They're correct. Well done. Well done, Shrija. That means at the end of round 2, you have a solid score of 50 points. Very well played.
Thank you.
Which brings us now to our third contestant. Please put your hands together for Tanya from Mumbai to play round 2. Welcome back, Tanya. Who's here with you today?
My mother.
Your mother's here. Hi, ma'am. How are you?
Thank you.
Are you a strict mother?
No,
No?
I don't think so. You ask her.
Is she a strict mother?
Kinda.
Kind of. Is anything you'd like to say to Tanya before we start?
Yeah, all the best to her. Do well.
All the very best.
Thank you.
We'll begin round 2 with you. Your word to spell is foyer.
The meaning?
An entrance hall or other open area in a building used by the public.
Language of origin?
Latin via French.
Usage in a sentence?
I spent an hour sleeping in the auditorium's foyer and then another hour sleeping through the actual show.
I would like to use my Classmate Connect.
Tanya would like to use her Classmate Connect option.
It's F-O-Y-E-R.
You can choose to accept.
Yeah.
You're right, well done. Which means we can add another 10 points to your total, taking it to 25 points. We move now to your second word. That word is rossid.
Meaning?
Dewy or moist.
Language of origin?
Latin.
Usage in a sentence?
We carefully treaded across the rossid dawn landscape, struggling with poor visibility and chilly air.
I would like to spell it as R-A-U-S-E-T.
I'm afraid that's incorrect. The accurate spelling is R-O-S-C-I-D, which means we do not give you points for that, but we do have 2 words remaining in round 2. Your word to spell is habitude.
Habitude.
That is correct.
Meaning?
The state of being dull or lethargic.
Language of origin.
Latin.
Usage.
Mrs. Meera's droning voice can induce habitude among the students faster than any hypnotist can.
I would like to spell it as H E B I T U D E.
I'm afraid, Tanya, that's also incorrect. The accurate spelling is H-E-B-E-T-U-D-E. One word does remain in round 2. Your word to spell is UXORILOCAL.
Meaning?
Denoting a marriage where the husband goes to live with his wife's family.
Language of origin.
Latin.
Usage.
Many districts practice and encourage UXORILOCAL marriages and give solid economic reasons for doing so.
I would like to spell it as ACSORITUDE.
I'm afraid that's incorrect. Classmates, do you think you could try and spell UXORILOCAL?
UXORILOCAL.
That is correct. That is the accurate spelling, UXORILOCAL. I'm sorry, Tanya, that means we cannot give you points for that. At the end of round 2, your score is 25 points. Please have a seat. And with this, our round 2 ends. We will share the final scores soon after the short break. But before we leave, I have a question to ask our studio audience and, of course, our viewers at home. The question, rather the riddle is, which 5-letter word becomes shorter when you add 2 letters to it? Studio audience, you'll have time to think hard till we come back from this short break. Hello and welcome to Classmate Spell Bee Season 12, the biggest English spelling competition in India, presented by Classmate, co-powered by Nickelodeon, Sonic and the Times of India. This is an initiative by Radio Mirchi. So before the break, I'd asked our studio audience a riddle. Which 5-letter word becomes shorter when you add 2 letters to it? I have with me Charita S., who is also our contestant, PRADHYUMNA's little sister. And you know the right answer? Yes. Do you want to tell us all what it is?
The answer is short.
That is correct. Well done with that street smartness. And we have something lovely just for you. It's a beautiful hamper, courtesy Classmate. And now it's time for the scores of round 2. I'm very happy to tell you that we currently have Bhadra in the lead with 50 massive points. Well done. In second position, we have Pradyumna with 40 points. And in third position, Tanya with 25 points. Which means, I'm sorry, Tanya, this is the end of the competition for you. We enjoyed having you on the show, and thank you so much for participating in Classmate Spell Bee. Please have a seat and give her a big round of applause. Thank you, Tanya. All right then, well, the final round awaits. Let me tell you the rules of round 3. There will be 4 cycles of words, so a total of 8 words. If you spell the word assigned to you correctly, you will be awarded 10 points. If you misspell it, it will pass to your fellow contestant, who will have an opportunity to score 5 bonus points. We could have a winner even before we complete the 4 cycles of words. I have to tell you at this point, your scores are wiped clean, so they stand at 0-0. Let's swiftly move on and begin round 3. 4 cycles of words, starting with you first, Pradyumna. Your word to spell is SATYR.
Definition.
One of a class of Greek gods depicted with horses' ears and tail.
Origin.
Greek via Latin.
Usage in a sentence.
He tottered around the party looking more and more like a satyr with every laugh and expression.
SATYR.
Absolutely correct. Well done. And now, Bhadra, your turn. Your word is boer or boer.
Can I have the meaning of the word?
A Dutch settler in South Africa whose descendants are the Afrikaners.
Can I have the language of origin?
It is of Dutch origin.
The usage in a sentence?
He was a Boer, but he rejected their cause and became an informer for the British instead.
I like to spell it as BOWER.
I'm afraid the word passes.
Yes.
Pradyumna, you have an opportunity to spell Boer for 5 bonus points.
BOUER.
I'm afraid that's also incorrect. Classmates, would you like to hazard a guess?
BOER.
That is the accurate spelling of Boer, B-O-E-R, which means, Bhadra, we cannot give you points for that. And we move now to our second cycle of words, starting again with Pradyumna. Your word to spell for 10 points is Gestalt or Gestalt.
Origin.
German.
Definition.
An organized whole that is perceived as more than the sum of its parts.
GESCHTALT.
I'm afraid the word passes. Bhadra, chance to score 5 precious bonus points.
I like to spell it as GESTALT.
That is correct. Very well done. 5 precious bonus points are yours. And it is also your turn to spell. Your word to spell for 10 points now is bijou.
Origin of the word?
It is of French origin.
The meaning of the word?
Of a house or flat, small and elegant.
Usage in a sentence?
Though she earned millions, she lived in a bijou house, neatly and classily decorated to her taste.
BIJOU. Bijou.
I'm afraid the word passes. To you, Pradyumna, you have a chance to score 5 bonus points.
BEJOU.
I'm afraid that's also incorrect. The accurate spelling is BIJOUX, which means that nobody gets points for that. So now we move to our third cycle of words, starting again with Pradyumna. Your word to spell for 10 points is CARROL.
Definition.
A small cubicle with a desk for the use of a reader or student in a library.
Origin.
French.
Usage in a sentence.
One doubts whether it was a studious mind or a need to snooze that made Ravi spend the day sitting at his carrel.
Part of speech.
A noun.
I would like to spell it as CARROL.
I'm afraid the word passes. Bhadra, 5 bonus points could be yours.
The meaning of the word?
A small cubicle with a desk for the use of a reader or student in a library.
CARROUL.
I'm afraid that's also incorrect. The accurate spelling is CARREL. It is now your turn to spell, Bhadra. Your word to spell is Senate.
Senate?
That is correct.
What does it mean?
A trumpet call to signal the entrance or exit of an actor.
The language of origin?
16th century Elizabethan English.
Usage in a sentence?
The crowd sat up in their seats as the Senate sounded the entrance of Macbeth onto stage.
SENNET. Senate.
That is correct. It was a good guess, an educated guess, which means you have 15 points, taking the lead, and we are now in our fourth cycle of words. Starting with you, Pradyumna, your word to spell, to take your total to 20 points, is propedeutic.
Origin.
Greek origin.
Definition.
Serving as a preliminary instruction or as an introduction to further study.
Part of speech.
An adjective.
Usage in a sentence.
His lectures and then his writings became highly significant propedeutic resources for the philosophy students.
PROPADUTIC.
I'm afraid the word passes. Bhadra, if you spell this word correctly, you will have a total of 20 points and be the winner of today's semi-final.
PROPODUTIC.
I'm afraid that's incorrect. I'll spell it correctly for you. PROPAEDEUTIC is the spelling of propedeutic, which means now, Bhadra, it is your turn to spell. And again, if you spell this word correctly, you will win today's semi-final. Otherwise, it will pass to Pradyumna. Your word again to win today is puerperal,
What is the language of origin?
Latin.
Meaning?
During or relating to the period of about 6 weeks after childbirth.
The usage in a sentence.
During her puerperal recovery, her in-laws and husband forbade her from doing the slightest work.
P U E P E R A L.
I'm afraid the word passes. Pradyumna, you have to spell this word correctly. Otherwise, Bhadra will be today's winner. Your word to spell for 5 bonus points is puerperal,
Language of origin.
Latin.
Definition.
During or relating to the period of about 6 weeks after childbirth.
P U E R P E R A L.
And we have a tie. That is correct. Very well played. Those 5 bonus points are really valuable, and that means at the end of our 4 cycles of words, we have a tie between Bhadra and Pradyumna, which means we now go to our tie-breaking round. As I explained the rules to you earlier, we'll begin with a new cycle of words. Each word is now worth 10 points. Pradyumna, we start with you again. Your word is shaitel.
Definition.
A wig worn by a married woman in certain Jewish groups.
Usage in a sentence.
She chopped her beautiful flowing hair into a crop so that it would be easy to wear her shaitel.
Origin.
Germanic via Yiddish.
CHATEL.
I'm afraid the word passes. Bhadra, do you know how to spell shaitel?
SHATEL.
Off by just 1 letter, I'm afraid. The accurate spelling is SHEITEL. And it is now your turn to spell. Your word to spell is beaucoup,
Origin.
French.
What is the meaning of the word?
Many or much.
Usage in a sentence.
If we put our heart and soul into this business idea, beaucoup profits are there for the taking.
Like to spell it as BOUQUE. Beaucoup.
I'm afraid the word passes. Pradyumna, your chance to win 5 bonus points.
BOQUE.
I'm afraid that's also incorrect. It's actually spelled BEAUCOUP. We go into another cycle of points, starting again with you, Pradyumna. Your word to spell for 10 points is fustian.
Origin.
Latin via French via Middle English.
Definition.
Thick, hard-wearing twilled cloth usually dyed in dark colors.
Usage in a sentence.
The prisoner felt the coarse fustian he was wearing and pined for the feel of his own clothes again.
FUSTION.
I'm afraid the word passes. Bhadra, 5 bonus points could be yours if you spell fustian correctly.
Part of speech.
Noun.
FOUSTIAN.
If only you hadn't put that extra O in. I'm afraid that's incorrect. The accurate spelling is FUSTIAN, which means again no points for that. And directly now to you, Bhadra, for 10 points. If you spell this word correctly, you can win today. Your word to spell is occiput.
Language of origin.
Latin via Middle English.
What is the meaning of the word?
The back of the head.
Usage in a sentence.
The helmet created an undue pressure on his occiput, which caused his headaches and rantings.
OCCIPUT.
That is correct. Well done. And finally, we have a result. And I'm so pleased to tell you, Bhadra, that you have won today's semi-final. How do you feel?
Great.
Finally. If you could please have a seat in the audience, and thank you so much for playing with us. And so I'm so excited to tell all of you that Bhadra is our winner today, and she gets a big fat check of 50,000 rupees along with a shiny gold trophy courtesy Classmate. If I could please invite Mr. Vishnu Amancharla, Marketing Manager, ITC Education and Stationery Products Business on stage. Before we leave you though, there's an advice that I follow to keep improving my memory, and that is exercise. Physical exercise has a direct impact on brain health. Activities include brisk walking, running, swimming, and others that involve an intense use of the body. This is Sohali Khan signing off from the biggest English spelling competition of India, Classmate Spell Bee Season 12. Presented by Classmate, co-powered by Nickelodeon Sonic and the Times of India. This is an initiative by Radio Mirchi. Until next time, my speller fellas.